very quick today, the Swedish driver, and he has had 2 wins already. He starts this race on pole position. Eugene Dennison's had some real battles out there today, the South African. He seems to fall back at the start of the race, and he fights his way back through.
I was just going to say, if only he could get a flyer of a start, we might see even better. His last start was a lot better, but does need to be just that fraction sharper.
That's right. So we see how he gets on. Philip and Eugene on the front row of the grid. Philip Morin in kart 206 potentially could be on pole position for the pre-final tomorrow. The way it's going with a couple of wins, he's certainly going to be thereabouts if he can seal the deal with one more good result here. Eugene Dennison is in kart 228. So Morin in 206, Dennison in 228. On row 2, Jack Webber in the American in kart 236. I'm afraid he has not enjoyed the wet conditions too much. He's been falling back in the races, having qualified very well in the dry yesterday. And then but it's going to be dry tomorrow. That's the good news for them. That's the plan anyway. Charlie Eastwood in kart 234. We heard from him earlier on speaking to Sarah. Charlie's had a pretty solid day today in kart 234. The championship leader he is, and he starts 4th on the grid. On the 3rd row of the grid, we've got Avo Talvar, 3rd in the championship after the first round. Terrible morning, but it got a bit better for him in his last race. So he was right up there in the top 3. Looks more competitive, and we'll see how he gets on in kart 223. Yuri Foreman in kart 208 shares the 3rd row. Randy Berglas, number 258, and Martin Henkel Mortensen, number 276, are on row 4. And then on row 5, completing the top 10, Tobias Holm in kart 263, and Jessica Batman in kart 226. So Philip really could just do with a reasonable result here. Top 6, something like that, would see him well up the grid, I would think, for tomorrow's racing. Ken, he doesn't necessarily need to go out and win it, but maybe the best form of defence is going to be to attack here and get away from them all.
And he's handled these awful conditions better than most. So, Philip Morin then on pole position, lining up with Eugene Denason. We're racing, and a good start by the South African. Eugene Denason getting a decent start this time and taking the lead. Well, Eugene Denason, we have said he let himself down a little bit at the start. Jack Weprin, I think, was coming through there. Avo Talvar, a better start. 2-3-4 in the lead is Charlie Eastwood. Behind him, 2-2-8 is Eugene Denason. Didn't quite see where Charlie went past him, but Eugene Denason got his angles wrong there. Oh dear, and has thrown away a place, has thrown away 2nd place. Charlie Eastwood getting himself a little bit of a cushion of about 5 lengths, really, because Eugene Denason went into the approach to the back turn rather like a spear rather than trying to make a steady turn. Just looking at the screen, that is Charlie Eastwood that we can see there. Behind him, Philip Morin. And not sure about where Eugene has gone after that. Think he's held on to that 3rd place, but he is the guy that's coming under pressure and about to lose 3rd place, and does so. And Chris, some mayhem in our screen, central screen to the left. We can't identify those guys at the moment. When they don't come round, we will identify them. Charlie Eastwood leads at the end of the first lap from Philip Morin. I didn't recognise Martin Henkel Mortensen went through 3rd. We did call Avo Talvar 4th and Eugene Denason 5th. Didn't spot Randy Berglas 6th. Joey Van Splunteren went through 7th. Jules Cousin 8th. And Chris, once again, Scotland's Kyle Fowley has started 21st and on the first lap is in the top 10 in 9th place.
Absolutely right, yeah, doing a great job. I'm afraid we lost from the 3rd row of the grid. Erie Foreman in kart 208. He got tangled up at turn 3, had a spin. So Erie Foreman came through at the end of lap 1 back in 19th place. He would have been worse than that, but for that pile-up at the hairpin, so he probably picked up 4 or 5 places at one point. Eastwood leads. Morin is 2nd. The 2 of them at it, hammer and tongs already. And you know what Charlie Eastwood's like. He likes a race. He's not going to take it easy. And he certainly went out for 2nd place if he thinks he's got a chance of winning. Although, one more decent result, 2nd place. We'll see him pretty well at the grid for the pre-final tomorrow. So through they go.
Chris, it's the point we're making. Both of these guys, in a sense, could just get out in front of the rest and stay there. But we know they're not going to.
Yes, exactly. No. But certainly a good plan to work together to start with, at least, to get away from them. if you go too defensive, that's when you get sucked into the pack, and that's when bad things can happen. So Eastwood leads from Moren. There they go, the top two through onto the back straight. There's Martin Henkel Mortensen with the orange helmet, the Danish driver, in third place. A very good start to the race for Joe Van Splinteren. Look, he's up to fourth place from 20th on the grid. That'll please Jeff Dreesen, who's still watching, still not studying. Honestly, you've got to do some work tonight, Jeff. It's the last time I think he's going to watch, though. The Benelux boys going well. Joe Van Splunter has been quick as ever. He's there in fourth place. Jules Kazan has had a bit of an up-and-down day, but he has been quick, and he's already had a third. He's in fifth place, the French driver. Just ahead of the 258 machine, running in sixth place, driven by Randy Berglas, the Swiss driver, run by Sheppers, running the Zanardi. We got yellow flag still waving at that zone where we had that collision through the hairpins on lap number one. There are the two leaders. Philip Morin is now ahead of Charlie Eastwood, so while we saw them off camera, they switched around, and Morin has got through now ahead of Eastwood. Half a second the difference. Van Splanteren is as quick as them. 4 seconds behind them, though, in third place. Jules Kazan 264 in fourth place. Fifth is Berglas. Kyle Fowley, he's up to sixth place now. So the Aberdeenshire driver up into the top six.
Chris, I've got a little bit of a puzzle. Joey Van Splanteren in third place is all on his own, is a long way behind Charlie Eastwood, is a long way in front of Jules Kazan. He really has been racing on his own for a couple of laps, but he's picked up a driving standards flag. Now, I guess that could be for
on the
way
there.
Corners or on the way there.
Yeah.
But Joey Van Splanteren, who we have been saying a lot of sympathy for the former champion, in third place, going really well, but on a yellow card.
Yeah, so he shouldn't be in any more trouble, as you say, because he's on his own now. But it's somebody going very wide there from mid-pack, and just saw a huge amount of spray as the car ran onto the grass, because there is a lot of standing water there, puddles of water on the grass. He did well to get through it and get back onto the racetrack. So somebody's dropped right down the order. Avo Talvar struggling again, look, down in 12th place for the Estonian. Really disappointing after his terrific first weekend of the championship. So Morin, Eastwood,
when we
and Van
talk about
Splanteren.
the up and down guys, Glenn Van Paris impressed us in 2 drives, now is running last.
There aren't many that have had solid results all the way through today, are there? Not many at all. Henkel Mortensen, you're right, has dropped back. Well, he started to come back up the order, but Martin Henkel Mortensen was third. He's disappeared. That's why Van Splanteren appeared up in third place. Kazan is fourth. Fowley is now up to fifth place. And Randy Berglas is now up into the top six for the first time in this race. Avo Talvar is starting to fight back the Estonian in kart 223, but he's still outside the top 10. There's the race leader, Philip Morin. Get the feeling that maybe Charlie Eastwood is happy enough with second place here. He's just taking it relatively easy, is he? Not pushing on. Although he can't afford to relax too much, because Joe Van Splanteren, he's only 3.5 seconds behind him. It's a fair gap in karting, but Joey's on the money at the moment in terms of his race pace. So there is Joey, the yellow race suit, making his way through the final turn. There are the top two. There's Joe Van Splanteren in third place, and they're over the line. Jules Kazan looking for another good result in fourth.
Well, it is the half race distance, 5 laps gone and 5 to go, 5 down, 5 to go, and let me give you the call over at the half race distance. Philip Morin leads from Charlie Eastwood with Joey Van Splanteren third, Jules Kazan fourth, Kyle Fowley fifth, and Randy Berglas sixth. Front row starter Eugene Denason seventh from South Africa, Tobias Holmes eighth, and very pleased to give a call in ninth place to Nicholas Lever from Finland, driving a Formula K machine for the FK Racing team. Haven't called his name previously, going really well in ninth place. Arvo Talvar just going past Max Renberg. Max Renberg was in the top 10, but Arvo Talvar relegates him to 11th. The Estonian driver in kart 223 making the top 10. And again, the Spirit Racing driver from Switzerland, Nikolai Rogivu. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing his name correctly, but a decent drive in 12th place. Coming round to complete the 6th lap. And in fact, Philip Morin does complete the 6th lap and starts lap 7 of 10.
Now, pace is looking good. Morin 108.7, 108.8 for Eastwood, and a 108.7 for Van Splanteren. So they're all within a tenth of a second of each other. Eastwood and Van Splanteren setting their personal best lap times that time through. Van Splanteren just coming through the left-hander there in third place. He's about 2.5 seconds clear of Jules Kazan. Jules is on a very similar pace to Carl Fowley in fifth, so it's fairly stagnated in terms of the gaps between the top 5 karts. There runs through third. There's fourth, and there's Kai Fowley in fifth place. Randy Berglas there in sixth place. Avo Talvar, how's he getting on? Back up into the top six. Eugene Dennison, again, he's almost following the story here. Bad start, but he's back up to seventh place, look, the South African. So,
in a sense, it's consistent, isn't it, Chris? In a weird way.
Consistently inconsistent, yeah. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of it might not have been his fault. It's so frantic out there, isn't it, in the wet and the first lap of a race. But yes, he's stuck to the task, hasn't he? He's got on with it, and he keeps fighting back up the order. There you can see on your screens, watching online, that's the current positions and the gaps between them. Philippe Moran, Charlie Eastwood, Joe Van Splunter in the top three. Jules Kazan goes over the line in fourth. Kyle Fowley had a terrific day in fifth place. Didn't qualify so well yesterday, but he has driven sensationally well and come up through the order on every single occasion in the wet. And there in sixth place, Randy Berglas. Up into ninth place. Now you see the green arrow next to his name is Avo Talvar, the Estonian, in third place. He fell a long way down the order in the first couple of laps, but he's back up into the top 10 now. Running in ninth place, Philippe Moran leads the way then, and almost setting his best lap of the race there, almost matching it. It's given him a 1.5 second gap now over Charlie Eastwood.
And that's at the three-quarter race distance. Little bit of damage limitation, little bit of repair. Yuri Foreman climbing up to 14th. Martin Henkel Mortensen up to 15th. That's not where they would have preferred to have been, but given that they were both down the lower order of the top 20, that does represent something of an improvement. Nicholas Lever holding on to his position in the top 10, but at the sharp end, there's Philip Morin setting off on lap 9 of 10. Charlie Eastwood follows him. There's 2 seconds between them, and there's another 4.3 seconds between Charlie Eastwood and Joey Van Splunteren in third place. Remember, Joey's on a driving standards flag, Jules Kazan fourth, and the Flying Scotsman Kyle Fowley running in fifth place at the moment.
Bit of side-by-side action there as Martin Henkel Mortensen and Yuri Foreman both try to work their way back up the order. Two quick drivers who fell back early on, and they're just outside the top 10 in 12th and 13th respectively. Yuri Foreman kart 208, 12th. Henkel Mortensen kart 276 is right behind him, so they're trying to work together back up the order. It's been, again, a very up and down day for Martin Henkel Mortensen, but hopefully his worst luck, his bad luck, is out of the way in the heats rather than picking up bad luck in the pre-final, which is what happened to him with a technical failure right at the end of the pre-final at Genk, which cost him maybe a chance of going for a podium, although he still almost got onto the podium from the back of the grid come the grand final. Wetter and wetter. You see the spray coming off the race leader there, Philippe Moran, as he starts the last lap of the race. A 1:08.166. On this lap, he sets the fastest lap of the race. He set previously the fastest lap of the race on race number 8. So even though it's getting wetter and wetter, it's suiting him more and more, and he's pushing on. And this is just confident driving, I think, from Philippe Moran. He doesn't need to be doing this. He's got a big gap. A bit like Sebastian Vettel, isn't it? The team almost, you can hear them say, slow down, Philip. You don't need to do this. You don't need to get the fastest lap. You're nearly 3 seconds clear, but he's in a groove and he's feeling comfortable.
He radios back, hey, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, sometimes if you start backing off and start doing odd things and not braking where you normally brake, not turning it, you make silly mistakes. So maybe, in a sense, he's better off sticking to what he's doing, staying in that groove. There he is, then, country mile in front of Charlie Eastwood. Charlie, certainly, though, I think, has not pushed on as hard as he could have in second place. Van Splunter in third. Jules Kazan has kept trying to catch him in fourth place. Almost outbrakes himself there in the hairpin, the French driver. And there's Kyle Fowley with the yellow and orange helmet running in a very solid fifth place. The checkered flag is about to come out. And Philippe Moran with a great day here takes yet another race victory. Charlie Eastwood also a very solid day. He's going to be up there tomorrow, as you'd expect. Van Splunter in third. Jules Kazan over the line in fourth place. Kyle Fowley, well done, Carl. That's been a battling performance today from him, up into fifth place. And that's his best results, I think, so far, isn't it? Well, he's had a fourth, a fifth, and a couple of sevenths, hasn't he? Great results for Kyle. Berglas in sixth place. Avo Talvar did bounce back. He finished seventh in the end, so a better afternoon than a morning. Dennison in eighth place. Tobias Holm, ninth. And then rounding out the top 10, we had the 295 card of Nicolas Lever. So Philip, sensational today, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and I don't begrudge him his enjoyment of the day. You could see the enjoyment, the exuberance from within his cart, and he deserved it. Just for a moment to be talking the negative things, well, Jack Weprin down in 24th. He's going to have to go through the last chance. Jessica Backman, she's not had a good day, finishing 23rd. But coming up on screen, confirmation of Philip Morin's victory for Dan Holland Racing over Charlie Eastwood of Strawberry Racing. Joey van Splunteren of DFK in 3rd place. So Sweden, Ireland, Netherlands 1, 2 and 3. Jules Cousin of France 4, Kyle Fowley of Scotland 5, Randy Berkles Switzerland 6, Arvo Talvar Estonia 7, Eugene Denason of the Republic of South Africa is 8th, Tobias Holm of Denmark 9, and Nicholas Lever of Finland 10, and 10 different nations in the top 10 places. Make it 11 different nations in the top 11, with Yuri Foreman finishing 11th. But confirmation of that disappointment for the New York driver Jack Weprin down 24th. Jesse Backman only 23rd. Well, guys, can't emphasise enough for those of you that are not here the difficulty of the conditions. Our screen